Hey, what's going on? Got to do the car wash. Car wash is kind of nasty. Who's in here? Amy. What's going on, Amy? When are you going to be back in town, Amy? When are you going to be back to Cali? Soon? I don't like it. Vicky does not like that you're not in California. Okay? Vicky is highly pissed off that you are not in California. You're the only woman that Vicky likes. Is that down? She only likes Amy Gonzalez. That's it. Oh, get to look at my brown eyes. There. I got to do the car wash. I can't see what you put. Monday night. Yeah. Amy, freaking Vicky is highly upset that you're not here. You tell Amy I said hurry up and get back. I don't know what her problem is. See, I told you. She's got Vicky does not like it when Amy Gonzalez is not around. She does think that you're trying to steal chingaderas from her. I was like, she just talks. They're friends. She's like, no, I don't like it. All right, I got to do the car wash. I'm all confused. I don't know now. I don't even know if it's me or if it's. Tell Vicky I said hello. Is Vicky still with Oscar? Yeah, Oscar's still around. Oscar is scared though. He's running scared of chingaderas.
The wash is currently out of service. Please try again later.
Oscar is afraid of chingaderas. Chingaderas cussed him out. Chingaderas cussed him out, so now he's afraid of Oscar. Chingaderas. Oscar is terrified of chingaderas. Is that down? He does not. He don't want nothing to do with chingaderas. He's like, shit, I ain't fucking with that guy. The big hamster. The big sexy chinga. Chingaderas is gonna have 1 million subscribers. You watch. It's gonna be like Mikey Chin. It's gonna have freaking millions of subscribers. Carlini too. Carlini's gonna have 1 million subscribers. Carlini is off chain. I had lurkers tonight. I'm pleased to report that I had lurkers. Wow. It's the first time. Tonight I had lurkers. It's the first time. I ended my live stream because I had lurkers. I was like, well, I need something to work with. Work with me. Give me something to work with. All I have to work with is what the feedback that I get from reading the chat. And I had people in there, and I was like, somebody say something so I can at least know what to do or get an idea of. Nobody would say anything. There's people in there, and they would not participate. Oh, wow. Anybody in here? We got two people. Wow. What's going on? What's going on in the chat? In the chat. Hi. What's up, brother? Big Chief. What's up? LA Dodgers. What's going on? Amy still here. Buffering, huh? Wow. Buffering. Freaking buffering. I shouldn't be buffering now. Am I still buffering? There we go. Oh, let's see here. There we go. Let me see. Hi. A whole ass store all by itself. Hello, everyone, and chat. Good morning. LA Dodgers. Hey, welcome aboard, everybody. I'm trying to get my work done because the Tour de France starts at 3 o'clock on the West Coast. I don't want to miss any of that. Those guys are legit athletes. I'm hoping that they start the tour this year with time trials. I know they're starting it in Spain, but I didn't get a chance to look to see what they have scheduled. So it's going to be a surprise for me. But I'm hoping they start the tour this year with time trials. I love watching the time trials, especially the time trials. That shit is the bomb. Yeah. All right. Yay! Hey, did any of you get to watch last year's tour? That shit was fucking dope. That one guy was winning those stages and he never won a stage before. Everybody's like, who the fuck is this guy? He was fucking killing it. Came out of obscurity, just started winning stages. Everybody was like, holy shit, what's going on here? I love it. The guy was winning stages. They were talking about making him the team captain for the rest of the tour. And he was a GC rider, general classification rider. People were like, "What the fuck's going on?" He won that fucking that stage in the mountains, and everybody was like, what's going on here? All right, done. Benitez. Time to let Bubbles come back. Bubbles! Bubbles. Okay. Gotta turn it back on. There we go. Sometimes I forget to turn it back on. It's like, oh shit. It's the store in Aisha. Yeah, the store's right around. I have to lock the store when I leave. When I come out here, I have to lock the store. If I don't lock that store, I'll go back in there and everything. I'll take everything. Won't even be any paint on the walls. It's still the paint. Go in there, everything be gone. Friggin' just be an empty shell. Still freaking drywall off the still the drywall off the framing. Go in there, just be a slab of concrete on the ground. Is that down? Ah, shit. Boss come in and be like, what happened to the store? I left it unlocked. Oh shit. Yeah, when I come out here, I have to lock it. Car wash wasn't so bad tonight. It only took me like 10 minutes. Some nights I go in there, it fucking takes an hour. That night that those fucking rocks were in there, that shit took an hour. I went out and bought one of these. I don't know if this is a good one though. Maybe somebody can educate me. What's my name? Do 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 do. preview. Maybe they'll have like an hour preview before the race, before they actually start. We got that freaking Did Michael Jackson playing. Can you guys hear that? That freaking Billie Jean. Billie Jean playing. Got MJ going. Gotta change everything tonight. Some nights I get lucky, I like to mess with a few things. But not tonight. Tonight everything has to be done. Somebody took apart the freaking squeegee. Somebody took apart the squeegee and they just put it in there. It's because people are fucking stupid. Only fucking jackasses do shit like that. One time somebody took the lids for the paper towels and threw them in the trash. All of them. All four of them. So I had to go fucking digging through the trash to find the fucking lids. Michael Jackson, that did Michael. Snap, crackle. Crack babies, yeah. My boss looked at the fucking video. It was one of the homeless guys that did that shit. All fucking stoned out of his mind. He watched him on the video. We have a shitload of cameras. We got like ultra high def 4K cameras. Okay, these fucking cameras are straight legit. No joke, fucking high speed, low drag cameras. See a fucking ant shit. You can read the writing on the coins. When they set their money up on the counter, you can read the writing on the coins. That's how legit the cameras are. Is that down or what? He showed me the video one time. He was like, hey, let me show you something. I was like, holy shit. Fucking, you can read the writing on the coins. He. Woo. Hey. Fucking did Michael. Got that did Michael shit going. Crack babies. Read the writing on the coins. Is that dope or what? My till came up short. And so he sat me down. He's like, come here, I gotta show you something. So he was showing me what I did wrong. I got 25 minutes. I'm not gonna make it. I did not want to miss any of the tour. Looks like I might miss some of it. Okay. Oh, I gotta go to the back. I gotta go at the back. The tour is gonna be good this year. It's gonna be real good. Those guys are legit athletes. In my opinion, those are the best athletes on the planet. Maybe some swimmers, but those cyclists, those pro level cyclists are no joke. These guys are freaking phenomenal athletes. Those guys don't carry any body fat at all. Zero. Whole lot of love. Yeah. Got freaking bomb ass songs playing. What is this? Sometimes people go to the grocery store, right? They steal people's credit cards and then they bring them over here. We've got a couple of people doing that. They go to the grocery store. There's Albertsons over there. When people are doing self-checkout, they'll take their cards while they're not looking and then come over here and try to use them. We've caught a couple of people. It's like, would make you think you're gonna get away with that? People are fucking stupid. Whole lot of love. Whole lot of love. Caught this one guy doing that shit. He wasn't even from Fallbrook. He's a career criminal. And they went to his house. They went right to his house and arrested him. He did it to like 5 people in one day. They were all over his ass like stink on shit. It's all on fucking video. As soon as they seen the video, they knew who that motherfucker was. They did a facial recognition shit on his ass. Fucking bomb ass song right here, you guys. Holy shit. Fucking 2:30 in the morning, got the bomb songs going. Gotta have good music when you work on this shit. Whoo! Whole lot of love. Whole lot of love. Whole lot of love. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I don't think I'm gonna make the tour. I'm depressed. Vicky is highly upset. Vicky is pissed off because she might not get to see the tour. A whole lot of love. It's summertime. People are spending their money now like a boss, freaking making a lot of sales. Tonight I had to end my shift early because I had no change. I had no change to make change with. So I had to end my shift early. How crazy is that? That's fucking insane. I was like, oh shit, I gotta close my drawer. I had to set up the store for the next workday. Oh, there we go. Whole lot of love. Whole lot of love. Oh, there's another good song. You guys hear that? These motherfuckers don't want to go in here. Get your ass in there. Vicky, help me put this in here. There we go. Almost had to have Vicky do it. Do 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 da da da. I got my eyes on you. Can't stand it. Running around. I can't stand it. Putting me down. Put a spell on you. You're mine. Put a spell on your ass. Woo, shit. She said, I'm putting a spell on you. Freaking bomb ass song. Putting a spell on you. Boom. She's talking about putting a spell on a motherfucker. I'm gonna put a spell on your ass, motherfucker. Keep fucking around. Here you go. Fucking bomb ass song. I'm putting a spell on you. I put a spell on you. Put a spell on you. What's going on? She's putting a spell on him. You hear that, you guys? She's putting a freaking spell on that fool. I put a spell on you. You got a nice truck. I like your truck. Thank you. I put a spell on you. That woman's not playing around. That's a woman that you don't want to be messing around with. Oh, no. She was straight putting a spell on fools. Is that down? She put a spell on people. I put a spell whatchamacallit. It starts in 10 minutes. Dodgers. Throw up Edgar's link, Dodgers. LA, please. Thanks, bro. Yeah, it looks like I'm not gonna make it. I'm running out of time quick. It starts in 10 minutes. I wanted to try to like rest a little bit and watch it. Been busy tonight. I was busy enough to where I couldn't really get out here and do this stuff. Do 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 do. Dun 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 dun. Do 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 do. The tour starts in 10 minutes, you guys. 10 minutos más. Let's see. Let's investigate. Let's see if they already started the live stream. They're showing the tour on Peacock. Peacock. See that? Peacock. Peacock. I'm investigating. I'm seeing if they started the live feed for the tour. There we go. There you go. Tour de France, stage 1. Start. See that? Tour de France, stage 1 starts in 8 minutes on Peacock. Peacock. There we go. It says that coverage will begin shortly. You guys are going to get to watch the tour with me. You're going to hear LAR commentary about the tour. You're going to hear commentary about the tour from a guy that doesn't ride. Is that down? You're going to hear it from a fan. I'm going to set this right here. Coverage will begin shortly for the Tour de France. Bum, 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 bum. Tour de France, Tour de France. That's a good song. Do 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 do. Tour de France, Tour de France. You're gonna hear commentary about the Tour de France from an old fat guy. From an old fat former Marine that never rode. The only time I ever rode a bicycle was if I stole it. Oh shit, a bicycle. I was a horrible kid. Me and my brother and my cousin, we got our ass beat every day. We were bad kids. Bum, 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 bum. Tour de France, Tour de France. Come on, don't do that shit. Let's go. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Do, 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 do. Tour de France. Yes, yes. I think I might let you guys watch the tour while doing my stuff. Who's down with that? You can get, during LAR intermission, you can watch the Tour de France. Is that down? Anybody down with that? got a bomb ass song playing, you guys. Freaking song is a bomb. I don't think you guys can hear it back here though. Maybe you can, I don't know. I don't want nothing at all. Tonight the music seems so loud. I wish that we could lose this crowd. We hurt each other with the words we said. We could have been so good together. We could have danced this dance forever. George Michael. You're never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. I can't sing as high as George Michael. Is it to pretend? I know you're not a fool. Careless whispers. Holy shit.
If you had called out Careless Whisper and that started up, that would have been amazing.
What's that? I can't hear you. I'm in the back. I'm doing stuff. What you got going on?
I said if you had called out Careless Whisper and that song just came on, that would have been legit.
Fucking Careless Whispers.
Oh, yeah.
Now that you're gone, now that you're gone, why don't you leave me alone? Now that you're gone, that fucking Careless Whispers. Too bad the guy was singing. He was singing to a guy. He wasn't singing to. He wasn't singing to the girl.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
That's like taking photographs. Everybody, all the girls are all cooling over Teddy. He wasn't even singing to them. I wanted to get my work done before the tour started, but it's not going to happen. Tour starts in 3 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
So, I was busy. I had to close my shit throat. I was running out of money. Right? I was like, oh shit, I gotta close this door before I run out of money. I'm gonna be able to set up the door for the next day. Somewhere where I didn't have the money to close the door. 9? 9, prepaid. You just get off work?
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking wow, man. I was over there the other night when that guy's Audi got fucking tore up. You work at Harry's, right?
No, Red Eye.
Oh, you worked at Red Eye. Did you hear about that? Fool plowed into the back of some guy's Audi. I mean, freaking destroyed it.
Yeah.
Beautiful car.
Yeah.
Completely destroyed. Cops didn't even show up. They didn't care.
Wow. Unbelievable.
They probably didn't want to make an arrest.
Oh, maybe. Oh, would you be able to break this into 210s?
I doubt it. I just, I had somebody already hit me with a 50.
Oh, really? Yikes.
Let me see. I might have to give you one. Oh no, I got 5.
Yeah, 5 works.
Yeah. So are you? Yeah. Let me give you these 5. I've just opened the door and right after I opened the door, somebody came in here with a freaking 50. I was like, you're freaking killing me, bro. It's fucking 2 o'clock in the morning. I work at a gas station.
What do you need 50 for? Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is a convenience store. No, this is a gas station that happens to sell drinks. You know, it's like, come on.
Dude, thank you. Hey, have a great rest of the night.
Later, bro.
Soon, get some rest.
The tour starts in 2 minutes.
All right.
Bum, 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 bum. Tour de France, Tour de France. Got Willie Nelson playing now. Willie! Willie! Anybody still in here? Sometimes there's people in here. Carlini was in here. Sick ass LAR. Oh, you want to watch the tour? Is anybody still in here to watch the tour? It's going to start in 2 minutes. Here. Let's sit. I'm going to set it up for the tour. Is anybody in here to watch the tour? I still got work to do. I'll let you watch the tour while I'm working. There it is. The tour. Tour de France starting right now, baby. Yeah. Hold up. I'll let you guys watch the tour while I'm working for a little bit. How's that? Let me turn it up. Oh, shit. 1 second. I got to set it up for you. I'm going to let you guys watch the tour while I got shit to do. So I'll let you watch the tour while I'm taking care of my stuff real quick. Oh shit. I'm trying to set this up for them so they can watch the tour. I got I'm live streaming. Oh, it does not want to set up. What the fuck? There we go. Doesn't want to set up for me. There we go. Cavendish! Mark Cavendish! Winning the Tour de France. I have no idea. They're expensive. Those shits are fucking expensive. All of those shits are expensive. Can't get it to set up. I'll probably get in trouble with YouTube for showing the Tour de France.
Maybe.
I wouldn't doubt it. Which one do you want?
Either one of the black ones, like we just getting price back.
This one or this one?
Yeah, either one, just to see what the price is.
You want to watch the tour, but it's not happening. Oh, come on. There you go.
I think we all woke up in a pretty good
26:44.
Today, finally, marks the start of 110th Tour de France.
That one's
And
even
for
more.
the second time in its history, the race begins in Spain.
Sorry, brother.
In Bilbao, to be specific, located in the Basque Country in northern Spain. The Nervion River divides the historic...
I'm gonna switch it to the back camera so you can watch. You're still here. Here, 1 second.
First-time stage host, the crowds...
I'm gonna set it up better. I got work to do. I'll let you guys watch the tour while until I finish my shit.
Underway at the bottom of the hour. 113 miles later, the loop course will end right back there in Bilbao. Expected finish at about 11:30 Eastern time this morning. With that, we welcome you inside the studio. I'm Paul Burmeister. Thanks for sharing your very early morning with us. And this year, us looks a little different than it has in the past. The gentlemen to my left are Sam Bewley and Brent Bookwalter. They are new to the studio here. They are not at all new to the sport of cycling. Sam was a professional cyclist for 13 years. He just got off.
There you go. Whoop, there it is. Watching the Tour de France, baby.
With strategy and tactics in his role as assistant sports director with Israel Premier Tech. Brent rode for 6
I'll let you watch the tour for a while. I gotta go finish working.
2011, when he was a part of Edel Levin's winning team. Sam and Brent have 20 Grand Tours between them. Written Stage 1 nerves is the topic to start, guys. The start line versus the studio. Eager butterflies win.
Right now. I got used to doing Grand Tours as a bike rider, but I'm still getting used to the suit and tie, but nonetheless excited to be here with both of you guys and covering the Tour de France this year.
Nice to have you both.
new team kit, new environment, many of those same start line jitters and nerves, but excited to be here as rookies with Sam and ready for a big few weeks.
As you guys both know from watching, the man sitting right here, standing to my left, in recent years, for many years, Christian Vandeveld. We've changed his role. We've sent him back. He is there on the ground. For the first time in 10 years, he's back with the Peloton. He'll be with us every day on the motobike. And Christian, first of all, great to see you. Do miss you having you standing next to my left. But what is the scene like there all week? It looks like it's been building with excellent anticipation.
It truly has, Paul. First of all, it's great to be here. I do miss you, Paul. But, man, it is electric here right now. I mean, it's like, who's it right now? I mean, while it's right here right now, it seems calm. But really, the Bastion, just like you said, it's been a crescendo going to what's going to be an incredible day.
And, Christian, your role exactly, what can we expect from you here throughout these next 3 weeks?
Well, I'll be on the moto every day, Paul. From start to finish, for better or worse, for depending on what kind of weather it is, I'll be out there. I can't wait to be back in the Peloton. It's been 10 years. I got to do the Tour de France 11 times, but it's going to be completely different being on the back of a motorcycle. I need to let go of a little bit of a control issue. So looking forward to it. A little nervous, just like the boys in the studio, but you're in good hands with Brent and Sam.
Christian, good to see your smile. Enjoy the ride on the moto. We look forward to your analysis throughout the next 3.5 weeks. We'll see Christian in a bit. When Christian was standing here next to me all those years, it often worked to look to my left, but at some point before the start of stage one and say, what's your favorite headline? Because there were so many different headlines to pick from. There really is one headline without a close second this year. The last 3 years, the Tour has been won by Tadej Pogačar. He's won it twice. Or Jonas Vingegaard. He won it this past season. Their duel to win it again is really the lead story without a close second. What's your lead thought with Jonas against Tadej?
Well, it's the rematch this year, isn't it? I mean, it's 1-1. Vingegaard's 1-1. The year before that, Pogačar 1-1. So now it's the rematch, which everybody's been waiting for it. Who's going to win it this year? We don't know. We're going to find out in 3 weeks' time. But
I'm back.
It's just a story that's been brewing
Somebody
for
brought
the
in
last
donuts.
6 or 7 months, and here we are finally going to get to see the showdown.
Yeah, exciting matchup, exciting rivalry. Two modern-day champions, and really one of the headlines for me is the comeback story of today, Pogačar. Can he come back from defeat in last year's Tour? Can he come back from the injury this year? And then, on the other hand, can Jonas cement himself and confirm as a champion of a generation?
Many people see this as a flip of the coin because Jonas did win it last year. We're going to start with the defending champion, Jonas Vingegaard, and what a year it has been since he left Paris. Really, the defending champ is just built upon everything he started last year with the win in the Tour de France, existing between good and dominant this entire calendar year. Came to a peak last month at the Dauphiné, his victory by 2:23, the largest winning margin at that race in 30 years. A little perspective here, Brent, on how strong his form is entering this Tour.
Yeah, Jonas he's flying. He's on fire. He's nearly undefeated in his pre-Tour campaign. He's emerged not just as last year's champion of the Tour, but really as a new leader. He's capable of leading his team, directing his peers into battle, and he's ready for it.
How do you see it, Sam?
Yeah, I think exactly. I mean, he's not only grown in confidence over the fact that he's won the Tour de France 12 months ago, and he's had plenty of success and plenty of wins since then. And, so the confidence is...
I got you guys watching the Tour.
He was a young man last year when he won the Tour de France. He comes from a small town in Denmark of only 400 people. Went back to Denmark after winning the Tour de France, and he had 20,000 people in the streets waiting for him. So it was always a good question, how does a young man deal with that sort of pressure? But he's dealt with it, as we can see. So I think he's confident and he's mature. He's in a good place into this year's Tour.
I think one of the reasons he feels those ways, if he does feel those ways, is his team around him, just like last year, is outstanding. And his team is Jumbo-Visma, and many see them as the team here. First of all, let's focus on what they have. Great to see American Sepp Kuss, one of the most valuable helpers in the Peloton, if not the most valuable one. Wout van Aert won 3 stages in each of the last 2 tours. We expect more of the same. But they are without Primož Roglič. This is major headline, all caps news. And co-leader a year ago, won the Giro recently this spring. Sam, kind of an eye-opening move to leave Primož Roglič at home. Do you think it was the right move?
I would have liked to have seen Roglič there. I think the right move would have been to bring him. I know that he's just won the Giro d'Italia only 6 months ago. He needed to rest. They're focused on winning the Tour de France with Vingegaard. But you can't deny the fact that
All
Primoz
right.
Roglic is the most successful.
I'm going to
Grand
move it a
Tour
little
rider
bit.
in the
Let's
last
see. I
4
got it
years.
zoomed in
He's
too
won
much.
3 Vuelta Españas and only 6 weeks ago.
There
like
we
I said, he won
go.
the Giro de
Whoop,
Sardinia.
there it is.
I think it was a mistake to leave
Oh,
him
it's still
behind. I
zoomed
think
in too much.
He's always a threat when he's on the start line. Even if Vingegaard is the favourite, you put Roglic on the start line as well. It gives another beacon for UAE to look at. Now they just focus
The
on
Tour de
If
France.
Roglic is there, he's always a threat, you know. So it just creates a
Get it
strategy,
centered.
a threat, a tactic. I think it was a mistake to bring
Get
up.
it centered and push it in a little
Obviously,
bit.
if you got a guy like Primoz Roglic on your team,
I'm working
you want
on
there,
outside,
you can't deny
but I'm
that-
trying to let you
that
guys
experience.
watch the
But
tour
at the same time, Jumbo-Visma,
until
they
I get
wanna be
done.
the best team in the world. They want to win every race. And it was a wise deployment of those resources to put Primoz in the Giro this
come
year.
on.
At the same time, you got to
There we go.
respect Primoz as a champion. You got to respect these riders. They have an accountability and
There you go.
professionalism to the team to be where the team needs them. But
So
at the end
yeah,
of
I'm
the day,
working.
you gotta put
I'm
Primoz
not
where he's
caught up
inspired,
with my
where he's
work, so I'm
motivated
just
to
let you
race.
guys
That
watch
was
the
Giro
tour
this year. That
for a
was
little
wise
bit.
call, and they're still in good shape for the tour with their team this year.
Yeah, even without Primoz Roglic, you say they're still in good shape. And what stood out to me talking to these guys in the weeks and months leading up to the start of this tour, you guys both feel that it's a very well-rounded team. There's a little something for everything that the tour could throw at these riders within Jumbo-Visma.
It's probably one of the most well-rounded Grand Tour teams we've seen in recent years. You look at the lineup; they've got guys that can cover from today. It starts today, you know, and we'll get to that. But the stages there's a little bit of everything. There's classic style stages, there's sprint stages, there's dangerous stages, there's mountain stages. You need a well-rounded team, and you need a team that can be successful and play their part for 3 long weeks. They are lacking a little bit, I think, in the mountain climbers. Obviously got Sepp Kuss and Wilco Kelderman, well covered everywhere else, but they're running a little bit short in the mountains, I think.
Yeah, at the same time, Sam, maybe you say they're a little short in the mountains, but when I look at this team on paper, where it's really impressive is the bigger guys, the rollers, the flat guys on the flat roads, such as Wout van Aert. They're also amazing climbers. Dylan Van Baarle, amazing climber. He'll be there in a really small group. And then for climbing support, you do have 2 guys in Sepp Kuss and Wilco Kelderman. These guys have ridden really strong GCs in the past.
We take a look at Jonas Vingegaard getting ready to roll there. Won it last year, and we showed you the resume, and it has just been fantastic. I mean, as I mentioned, guys, somewhere between really good or dominant this entire year. But now he arrives as the favorite, the defending champion. He's supposed to win. Remember 2 years ago, kind of an unknown. Last year, he was the main challenger.
These guys are amazing
So
athletes.
much different for him. The feelings inside as he lines up as the guy who's supposed to win.
Well, it brings another pressure, doesn't it? Like, I think 2 years ago he was there as kind of co-leader, but more or less there for Roglic. And then he had his chance when Roglic went home or got injured, and he was finishing second to Tadej Pogacar. But then last year he was still an underdog in my eyes. He was still an underdog. Pogacar was the favourite, but we saw what happened. But now he is the number 1 favourite. You can't win the Tour de France a year earlier and not be the number 1 favourite in my
Yeah,
eyes.
that's the guy that I
He
think
was
won
out
last
year.
year. The
There
guy
was even
freaking.
some doubt in himself if he could do it, but he was getting so much
They had
confidence
so
from
many.
his
They
team.
had so many
He
people
knew his
come out of
team,
nowhere
his
last year
teammates,
during the
such as Wout van
tour.
Aert, would give him so much strength, so much power. He was really deriving a lot of confidence from that. He returns to the tour this year with that newfound confidence, knowing that he has done it, he can do it, and he's ready to do it again.
Well, as soon as you talk about Jonas Vingegaard as the defending champion, at some point shortly thereafter, usually within that conversation, you get to the guy who won it the 2 previous years, Tadej Pogacar, could very well win it again this year. Outstanding resume, just like his main competitor, Vingegaard, when he raced this year, actually beat Vingegaard head-to-head at Paris-Nice back in March. They continued his highly impressive run through Liège, Bastogne-Liège in April, but that's when his season took a turn for the worse. On a fall, he broke his left wrist. Ever since then, he's pretty much been out of sight, rehabbing and training. He did win 2 races recently, late June, at the Slovenian National Championships. But this non-traditional build-up to the Tour, because of the injury, has led to this term uncertain. People are uncertain about his form. Does that work for you, and how much has it affected your view of him right now?
I think there's just that uncertainty, like you say. Generally, you have a form guy going to the Tour de France. Normally, the top guys will go either the Dauphiné, which we saw Vingegaard win easily, or they'll go to Tour of Switzerland. Pogacar wasn't at either of those races because he's coming back from an
I gotta
injury.
give you.
Cycling has changed a little bit, and it is more common that people race less, and they spend a lot of time at training camps at high altitude to get the gains of the lower oxygen levels up there. But still, we don't know how he's going. We haven't seen him face to face. We haven't seen him on TV. We haven't seen him on result sheets, with the exception of the Slovenian National Championships. But it's a lower level compared to the Dolphin. So really, we know he's going to be good because he's a champion. We know that he's always good when he's on the start line. But we still don't have that real look into his form. Is he really flying? Can he match Vingegaard, or is he a little bit behind, or is he above? We don't know yet.
Okay.
There's definitely some uncertainty around today Pogacar's form. We don't have that recent reference point, but the reference points that we do have from earlier in the season, this guy was flying. He was like lightning that just kept striking, riding with that super aggressive style that we love seeing from him. And then, like you said, Paul, that head-to-head matchup when they had it in Paris, the only time that him and Jonas did toe the line together and go at each other, he did come out victorious. He did come out on top. So I think he's going to take a lot of confidence from that and being able to control his recent
I just noticed it just as I was like, oh shit.
Just focusing on
some guy came in here, he wanted that, and he changed his mind.
And so we'll see if he earns a jersey and changes, but Team UAE there in the whites and the red and the black highlights as well. Keeping it with Tadej individually, before we get to his team, is there a way that his time away, of course nobody wants to rehab a broken wrist for the last 2.5 months, is there a way where that time away could be seen as a positive, or maybe it will help him for what he's about to try and do?
I think in general, an injury like that, or any injury as a cyclist, is a negative. For
all right, my brother.
Pogacar, it's positive. We know how he races.
Yeah, you can. All right, hey, let me sign.
He's a young guy, he's excited, he just wants to win bike races. So when he gets out in races, he doesn't think calculated, he doesn't think about the future. He thinks about today and the now. Maybe he needed to take a bit of a step back, get away from some bike races, have a bit of a breather, just to take the edge off a little bit, so that he can build up more towards the Tour de France.
I think that's a very good argument, Sam. I think the aggressive style that we see him, if you have any criticism of today, it's maybe that he is too aggressive. Last year in the Tour de France, he was out early in the race, the first week, sprinting for seconds, sprinting for stage wins. Maybe that little bit of uncertainty, that chance, like you said, reset, take a breath, and even maybe have that small question in the back of his head might be what he needs in the third week to cement his form and really be there for the win in the final.
See the 8 team members there at Team UAE as they get ready for the start. The Grand Depart gets underway with a neutral start in about 15 minutes, and then at the top of the hour, stage 1 will officially begin. On the far right there's where we see two-time champion. He's no longer the defending champion, but Tadej Pogacar, little confident smile as he gets ready to roll. And Brennan, coming right back to you. And after I talk to you guys in the off-season, I'm always taking notes, and I go back and I highlight what you guys said the most. You said the word excitable. He's an excitable racer 4 or 5 times in one of our conversations. What does that mean for what might happen today?
Anyone's guess. Yeah, today he loves racing at the front. He loves putting on a show. He throws the script to the wind and he just goes for it. He's a pure instinct bike racer that just relies on emotion and his feel for it, and it's really exciting to watch. And I think with the dynamic nature of this stage 1 profile, we're going to see him right off the bat here.
We just saw all of his 7 teammates, but let's go ahead and take a look on paper on who exactly they are. You saw the faces, saw them on the bike. Here's their names. First of all, this is a stronger, deeper group that they pulled into Paris with last year. Remember, they had exactly half their team out with injuries and illness, so here's the full 8. Interesting, we were really handed a big headline by Team UAE in the middle of this week. They said Adam Yates, the bottom name there, new member of the team. He's not only new, he is a co-leader along with Tadej Pogacar. Lots of discussion about what that means and how truthful it's actually going to play out to be. You think of co-leadership on this team with Adam Yates, and where does your mind go?
Well, I think it was very timely that Pogacar's coming back from this injury. We've just talked about the uncertainty of that. He had his final medical assessment with the team doctors just prior to the start of this Tour de France, and just after that medical assessment, the team management came out and they said Adam Yates is a co-leader. We look into that what you want, but obviously they're also a little bit uncertain about this injury, how he's going to react after consecutive days of racing. For me, it's very hard to see Adam Yates at the same level as Pogacar. To call him a co-leader is a very interesting decision. No doubt he was second at the Dauphiné, so we know he's flying, but Pogacar, Vingegaard, traditionally these guys are a level above everybody else in these Grand Tours. So a co-leader, I mean, the whole peloton and the rest of all the other riders are looking at that statement and going, is he a co-leader? Is he as good as Pogacar? I think the priority still has to be on Pogacar. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they play that card, play that tactic as a gamesmanship. It's going to be really interesting to see.
It is exciting, and like we keep saying, there is some uncertainty. but I think it's a wise move and a cagey move from the team to throw that co-leader card out there. And it really does deflect a little bit of energy, a little bit of pressure off the day. And let's be honest, Adam Yates in his own right, he's a bona fide GC threat. He's ridden a good GC at the Tour de France. He showed that recent amazing form at the Dauphiné. So although we probably wouldn't put him at the level with Pogačar, I think he's right in there, and it's a worthwhile move for the team to go ahead and put that out there.
And also, if UAE wants to win the Tour de France, of course Pogačar is the number one guy. Everybody's looking at him, talking about him. But it's 3 weeks of racing, and we can see what happens in the Tour de France. There's crashes, there's illnesses, there's all sorts of things that can happen. If something like that was to happen to Pogačar and Adam Yates has remained on GC, they still have a bona fide bid for the Tour de France.
I think both of you guys have painted the picture very well, all the different ways you could look at the co-leadership issue. But I'm going to get right to it. Do you think this has to do with real uncertainty about Tadej Pogačar's farm, or are they just throwing a curveball at the peloton, give them something extra to think about?
Yeah, I think they're playing a little bit of the game here. I think, this is well thought out. This is not an accident. Like you said, in time with the medical check, in time with the lead up of the tour. It hasn't been something that's been discussed all year. I think, it's a strategic move, and I think it's a wise one. But I think we're going to see out on the road as early as the stage one that Tadej Pogačar is the outright leader for that team.
And you see what happened last year in the Tour de France when Pogačar lost the yellow jersey to Vingegaard. It was a 1-2 attack because they had Roglic, they had Vingegaard very close in the GC, and that was a card that they could play for Vingegaard to take the yellow jersey off Pogačar. Maybe they've looked at that and they've thought, what if we need to be in that situation? How are we going to play that? Let's keep Adam Yates close on GC, and we can play a similar tactic later in the Tour de France.
I'm going to give you guys the same green light I've given all the analysts that have been up here these past 7 or 8 years. You can change this feeling if you'd like to as the weeks go on here throughout July, but do you start out with Tadej Pogačar as your favorite, or do you go with the defending champion, Jonas Vingegaard?
Paul, I got to go with the defending champion, Jonas Vingegaard. I think with the information we have right now, being defending champion last year, seeing the run of spring form, seeing how dominant he was at the Dauphiné, he was so calm, collected, cool, relaxed. We've seen him really embrace that team leader role. He knows how to captain his teammates and communicate and lead, and I think that's going to make the difference and puts him as the favorite.
As much as I would have liked to have seen Roglic here, and we see Jonas Vingegaard on the screen here, look at him, he looks very confident, very, very relaxed in the start of the first stage. But like I say, I really would have liked to have seen with Roglic here. I think it would have been a smart move. I think it would have been a good tactical card to play. But it's a well-rounded team. I've said it before, he's matured, he's got confidence, he's got the momentum, he's the reigning champion, so I am also going to have to go with Jonas.
So I got you guys watching this while I'm working. I had some shit that I had to take care of, and I didn't want to bore the shit out of you. So I figured I'd let you guys watch the tour until I finish doing what I got to do.
At some point here, if we had one thinking Tadej was going to do it, the other with Jonas, that would be a fun way to spend these next 3 weeks. We'll see if we can get there. How about other candidates? I know that they are behind the top two guys, but they are out there. Each one of those you see, but besides Vingegaard and Pogačar, they believe they can win as well. So take your eyes up and down there, the biggest names to challenge, or at least to be on the podium with the top two once they do get to Paris in a little over 3 weeks. I want to talk about eventually how big the gap is between the top two and the others, but let's start out with this one here, Brent. If you had to pick one guy and say this is the one that is going to be the closest, maybe even end up as one or two, who is that?
We got a really tight race for that final podium position, maybe tighter than I've ever seen in recent years. You could almost pick a straw out of a hat and say it could be any one of these guys' chances to be on the podium of the tour. But my pick right now as we head into the race is the young Australian, Jai Hindley. He comes off the recent Giro d'Italia win last year in the Tour of Italy. He's also shown really great form in the Dauphiné.
Oh my God!
A couple weeks ago.
Shit!
So I think when you factor in his recent pedigree, his experience, his exciting young confidence, I think he's the favorite for the final podium place.
I'm going with Jai as well, and the reason I go with Jai is because I know Jai quite well. I see him around in Girona in Spain quite often, and he's a very calm and collected character. He doesn't get caught up in drama. He doesn't get caught up in the media. He can handle the Tour de France because he's actually just happy in his own little bubble. He sits in his room, he sits in his hotel, and sits in the bus with his teammates, and he's all good. He's calm, he's collected. And that means that he does a calm and collected approach to the Tour de France as well. He's done a very, very good build-up. He hasn't been lighting the world on fire early season, but he's got better and better and better. And now he heads into the Tour de France. And I think one of the most important things is we spoke to Enrico Gasparotto, the sports director for Bora Hansgrohe, who's going to be in the team car following Jai. He's going to be the guy on the radio, the guy creating the strategies for Jai. They're setting realistic expectations. They said they know they can't beat Pogacar. They know they can't beat Vingegaard, so they're racing for third place. And that's a different mentality.
Is that a mistake?
I don't think so. I think it's a very smart way to race, because if you get other guys, other riders, perhaps Richard Carapaz, he said the ultimate goal is to win the Tour de France. You know, it's in some ways it's an unrealistic expectation, and you end up racing in a different way. You end up pushing yourself over the limits. You try to follow these guys when you're not capable of it at times, and you blow yourself up and you lose even more time. Jai's going to race a little more calculated. He wants to finish on the podium. He wants to finish third. That's what he's focusing on. Of course, things can happen. There can be crashes like we spoke about, and he moves up a spot. But ultimately, his set of realistic expectation of third place at the France, and I think it's a smart way to approach it.
You guys get along a little too well. Same pick, Jai Hindley for the third. Same pick, Jonas Vingegaard to win. We'll see if we can get them to disagree at some point here as we move along. I could say, speaking of disagreeing, but I'm going to leave that out as we get to our other two guys there, Phil and Bob. Thinking about experience, this is Phil Liggett's 51st tour. That's amazing, Phil. And Bob has been there 27 times now. And I have been excited to see what the scene looks like there during the week. Give us an idea of what is around you as the tour has returned to the Basque Country, guys.
I most certainly will. And hi, Paul, and a big warm welcome to Sam and Brent on our team now. And at least you won't get out of breath over the next 3 weeks. I can assure you of that, guys. But the guys who come to this finishing line today most certainly will. It's an uphill finish. More of that in a moment. I've never been to this finish line before in the 51 years because we've never had a finish here in Bilbao. This is the finish, and the crowd is enormous. They've been here for hours. The start is over the hill and far away, and there's thousands of people waiting to wave the riders off. They have a neutralised start. This is a beautiful part of the world. It is Basque Country. We're in the southern Basque region, and we'll cross into the northern Basque region, which is in France. But here, the hills are all around us. And Bob Rowe, I spoke to Morkov yesterday, Michael Morkov. He said he's never seen an opening stage as hard as this. He said the scenery is beautiful, he says, but we're not going to get a chance to look at it.
Aupa, that's the best cry for everybody to get going, and on the last climb especially.
Yeah.
Only a few kilometers from finish, 2Ks average 10%, and one pitch at 17%. So a perfect launch pad. Very few sprinters probably will get over that in the front group. It might be a small group at the finish line, but a very dynamic closing kilometers. And from the river to the finish line, a pretty solid climb also. It's going to be a great finale to a brilliant opening stage. You're right. These are the hardest 2 days, maybe in recent history in the Tour de France, to open up the racing. But the people are out in force. Basque Country is all about cycling. It's all about the terrain also. It's a perfect place for me, in my opinion, to start this year's Tour de France.
Well, it's turning out to be so good. There are in fact 7 Basque riders in this race, and every one of them has indicated they want to win here, because you can imagine the cheers if they do, because they're very proud of those 7 Basque riders, and they're all capable, by the way, of winning the stage here. But I think because of this climb, it's called the Côte de Piquet. It comes just before the end. There's a fast dive down into the city here. It's a very tight finish. I think the boys have nailed it today already. They have got 2 riders who will attack, and the GC men will come to this line. Back to you, Paul.
Phil Liggett, Bob Roll, it is great to see you. It just feels right to hear the voices as we start July. We'll hear much more of that coming up at the top of the hour. Bilbao is where it starts, also where it finishes. 113-mile loop. Tadej Pogacar, like you knew we were talking about him, rides right into the picture. And oh, it's perfect that Jonas Vingegaard, defending champion, is right there. We are building toward the start of stage 1 of the 110th Tour de France.
Feed is everything you need to fuel your workout. Hydration, bars, gels, chews, high-performance supplements. We even have breakfast shakes. Ready for your ride?
Totally. Let's go.
Gels every 20 minutes. Just started training or plan to be a world champion. We've got you.
Thanks, Steve Judge.
Don't forget the heart rate. We'll help you pick your fuel for your run, ride, or triathlon. Shop today and you get a free water bottle printed with your name. Visit thefeed.com. Fuel your workout.
You've got the same premium bike and kits as the pro riders, but you haven't got the cotton tires they ride. Until now.
Doors can lead us toward what's important. Your dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors by working with you on a retirement income plan designed to balance growth and guaranteed income, because doors were meant to be opened.
So at the start of the tour, and it gets underway in about 30 minutes, and here's what we are looking for, the 2023 version, the 110th. A lot of talk about the fact that there's only one individual time trial that's down from what we normally see in a tour. We'll spend more time with that as we get closer to the individual time trial. But right below that, I see climbs, and we are going to see climbs from the beginning. If you were with us a moment ago, you just heard Phil Liggett and Bob Roll talk about the fact that this will be as difficult of a start, stage 1 and stage 2, when it comes to climbing in the mountains and all the hills worked in there, as we've seen, if not forever, certainly in a long time. And we are getting ready for the new
On the side of the hills, get common Basque drink. It's going to be an exciting day for these guys, and they know what's coming. They know there's going to be huge crowds out there on every single climb. It's one cool place to start the Tour de France.
So you were a chatter with the neutral starts.
I was a chatter whenever I got a chance. As many opportunities as I could take to not focus on what was in front of me and the hills that I had to get over, I took it.
How about you, Grant?
I was game time focused. I didn't really have any friends in the neutral. I was just focused on the job at hand and already thinking about my position and where I needed to be and following my leader around. And there's going to be a big blending of both of those styles here as we see them roll out to the neutral. So many fans. I think one of the things I underestimated in my first tour was just how many fans were on the road, the sound and the echo, almost deafening at times, and almost a perception sort of variation in where I was.
All right, stage 1, this is the neutral start. It's 11 kilometers. They've just gotten underway, so this will go on for a few more minutes as we get ready for the start coming up at the top of the hour, or close to the top of the hour. A lot of attention, a lot of focus to this first weekend, ever since the route was revealed back in October this past fall, about how much climbing was involved, especially in stage 1. So let's take a closer look at what's coming. Sam said he liked to talk a lot during the beginning to take his mind off of what was coming, and what is coming in stage 1, guys, is a whole lot of climbing.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of climbing. The riders start in Bilbao. They make their way out through the smaller surrounding towns and along the coastline for a long time, where there could be a bit of wind. And the first couple of categorised climbs, there's 5 categorised climbs on the day. The first one coming up at just 14 kilometres. The breakaway is going to be interesting today. Who wants to be in there? We know the Basque riders probably want to be in there. And with those 5 categorised climbs, it's the first polka dot jersey of the race available as well. But inside the last 30k, we have
I was hoping that they were going to start the tour with the time trials, but it looks like they're running a stage, a regular stage. Anyways, I still got stuff to do. When I get done with that stuff, I'll come in. I'm just trying to keep you entertained.
2 kilometres long at nearly 11% average. So it's all to play for today, and it's going to be a yellow jersey going to someone, and who's it going to be, we don't know. Yeah.
How do you think the peloton feels about such severe climbing to get rolling?
You know, the strongest guys in the peloton are quite relieved, actually. This demanding profile and these tough climbs do a lot.
Thank you guys for being here. Sorry that I got a lot of work to do.
Getting to the front at the end of
I was busy today.
Stage. So the strongest guys, the GC guys, will in some ways almost be relieved that they can use their legs, their fitness to get in front. You know, on the other hand, the sprinters, some of the rookies of the tour, they're just sort of wondering, nerves on edge, if they've arrived in perfect form, and they're going to be fighting just to get through and get on to stage 2.
At what point do the nerves start to go away, you're saying?
I think as soon as the gun goes, actually the neutral zone, you already start to relax a little bit. I think when you're on the start line of the Tour de France, you're there for 5 or 10 minutes beforehand, and you're listening to the commentators, and you're listening to the announcers, and you're seeing the flags, and you're seeing all the people. Then you have that reality hit, like, oh, I'm here at the Tour de France again, or for the first time. And that's where it's a little bit more tense. Then you start to roll out the neutral, the legs start pedaling, you start realising there's a neutral car in front of you, and you realise, actually, I'm just at another bike race. I've done this 100,000 times before. It's just a bit bigger this time.
Did your body and mind believe that this is just another bike race?
I think bike riders, professional cyclists, they're like goldfish. They've got about a 2-second memory, so they kind of forget what's coming up quite quickly. They forget that it's the Tour de France. They forget that it's quite dangerous. It's quite stressful. The first stage is typically the Tour de France, and you do realise you're just going to you know, your brain just switches off and you go into muscle memory and you start doing your body.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody told you guys, with everything you had to think about getting ready to come inside the studio for a month, they take the picks, the analysts take the picks for each stage very seriously. Okay, I mean, this is real business here. There's some of the favorites here. We're not getting to the actual pick quite yet, but let's take a peek at the favorites here for stage one. Some of the names we're thinking about. Wout van Aert, he's won 3 times last year, 3 times the year before. Julian Alaphilippe, wonderful to see him back. His dramatic flair, we didn't get to see it last year. Matthew Van Der Poel could be his kind of day, and of course the top 2 guys, Tadej Pogačar, Jonas Vingegaard. You see that list, Brent? What do you think?
Oh, there's a lot of different ways that this first stage could play out. Like we've talked about, unprecedented, almost unprecedented first tour stage of this year's tour. So much climbing. One of the things you got to remember is often in the first stage of the tour, we see this sort of token, small French rider break just rolling away for TV time or maybe 1 KOM point just to get in the jersey. There's a lot of KOM points on offer today, and it's also a super physically demanding day. The guys that are going in the breakaway could very well be very strong riders in their own right, strong climbers, and really mix things up and put the race in a different kind of pressure than we usually see in stage 1.
And this stage 1 it's so rare, it's so uncommon that we see a stage like this at the Tour de France that has nearly 3,500 meters of climbing. It's 11,000 feet of climbing. Typically we start at the Tour de France with a prologue or a time trial, you know, an individual time trial by yourself, 7 kilometers generally. Otherwise it's a sprint stage. It's very, very rare that we see a stage like this at the Tour de France, and it's a stage that hangs in the balance. Like Brent says, there's a lot of points to take with the polka dot jersey. You can take the polka dot jersey today and you can actually hold it for a few days or quite a long time. Typically you take it the first day, you could lose it again the next day. And then the stage finish itself, it's really in the balance. Is it a GC day? Certainly the GC riders are going to be there. Or is it going to be won by guys like Alaphilippe, Wout van Aert, Mathieu Van Der Poel, these kind of riders? So it's a stage that hangs in the balance, and it's why it's so exciting and why I'm actually really, really excited and loving the fact that we have a stage like this starting the Tour de France for a change.
You mentioned GC Day.
What's that?
And when you say GC right now, you think it's Tadej Pogačar, Jonas Vingegaard.
Pardon me.
Or is it a day for somebody else like Wout van Aert? How does that go
Wout
together?
van Aert.
Those 2 ideas go together within the team of Jumbo-Visma. They have Vingegaard. They also have Wout van Aert, who you know would love to win this stage. We've all seen the Netflix documentary. Many of us have seen that. And there was that very memorable scene when within that bus, you could tell Jonas Vingegaard was not very happy on that one of the stages that Wout won last year.
7:08
without him. Made me think about a stage like this. How does that work out today with that dynamic?
Yeah, this stage is not only going to test the riders' legs physically, it's going to test their compatibility, how they're working together. We're going to see if teammates are truly there for their leaders or if how hungry they are for a stage win themselves. Very similar to what we saw in last year's tour, stage 4, when Wout van Aert went away for the solo stage victory. And we saw in the Netflix docuseries Unchained that Jonas was a little upset and frustrated. Oh, if you would have just let off 2 pedal strokes, maybe I could have came back and took some GC time on my rivals. Very well, we could be in a similar situation today, and it's going to be really interesting to follow how those team tactics play out and the allegiance to going for a victory yourself versus just staying with your GC leader.
But you also saw at the end of the Netflix series when Vingegaard gave the time trial victory to Wout van Aert because of what Wout van Aert did for him the days leading up. These guys know each other really well.
No, I don't.
And they ultimately both want to win bike races, and they want Jumbo-Visma as a team to be successful. These guys, Jonas Vingegaard, he knows that Wout van Aert's going to step up to the plate and do what he has to do to help him win the Tour de France when it's time. And Jonas Vingegaard knows that Wout van Aert knows that Jonas Vingegaard's happy for him to have some success as well. There's a yellow jersey on the line today. Maybe Wout van Aert's a better option than Jonas Vingegaard. I think that they're going to play that card really well today. Jonas Vingegaard's never going to be left alone. As we said earlier on the show, there's a very strong and very diverse team. He's going to have plenty of teammates around him. Wout van Aert maybe a little less support, but he's going to have a free card to play for the stage.
We are watching the neutral start just before stage 1 here for the 110 Tour de France. It's 11 kilometers, this neutral start. Got underway a few minutes ago. So the match will continue at this friendly, casual pace for a few more minutes. But once it gets started, the guys have mentioned over 3,000 meters of climbing today. It'll be serious business here in a matter of moments when we hand off to Phil and Bob. We're thinking about the top 2 guys, Jonas Vingegaard, Tadej Pogačar. Which one of those 2 do you see?
I tried to help Oakland, you
likely
know,
to
when
win
I have
today.
them, I give them to them.
I think when you're
My
looking
boss
at
says that's
today,
why
it's
he keeps
probably
coming
the
on.
latter
Give them
today.
to them.
Pogacar, with his
Later.
explosive style, he's already kind of alluded
But
to.
I'm not- I
There's
can't,
maybe
you know,
some
I'm not-
uncertainty, but he does want to come out swinging. He's going to want to prove a point, and really the stage profile, the technical nature of the roads suits his riding style and his capability.
It's certainly been a stage for him in terms of a stage victory that it is for Jonas Vingegaard. I think Jonas's one goal today is to not lose any time, is to stay safe. He knows he's one of the best climbers in the race, if not the best climber in the race, so he's probably not too concerned about his ability to get over the climb in the front. It's more about the being safe and making sure you get into these dangerous positions in a good place in the bunch and you're avoiding crashes and you don't lose any time. I don't think he's worried about whether he finishes second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th on the stage, as long as he's in the front group and doesn't lose any time to Tadej Pogacar. I think Pogacar, he wants to stamp his mark on the Tour de France. He didn't win it last year. We've been talking about the uncertainty around his injury, uncertainty around his form. He wants to come out and go, hey guys, I'm back. I'm going to win a Tour de France this year.
You guys mentioned that Jonas would be confident, and we just saw him smiling, blowing kisses. As we have talked about, this is just the neutral start, so all of the riders are kind of in that state of mind. But we'll see how he wears that confidence as the defending champion as the racing really picks up there. A cloudy, overcast day there, as you can see in Bilbao, as the Tour returns to Spain, or to the Basque Country for the first time in just over 30 years. And they better get used to this today, because they're not saying goodbye once they leave. It's a loop course, 113 miles. They will come right back there. So if you have a good spot, or if they have a good spot right there at the start, they can hold on to it, because the finish will be coming back there about 11:30 Eastern. That is Eastern time in the United States. That's about when we expect this ride to be finished of 113 miles. Julian Alaphilippe, we just saw him up there. We've seen him a couple of different times. I missed him last year, guys. I mean, there were plenty of exciting ways to watch last year, but his dramatic flair and the way he rides, I'm excited to have it back. And I think this day today sets up for his kind of day too.
Yeah, Julian Alaphilippe, true French panache.